Hey. Hi, everybody. Hey, Robbie. Robbie says, I am so excited for tonight. Just putting kids to bed, but I have not been to Southampton for a while. And especially on a misery Monday for Caps and Ravens, it's normally hard to get excited about. And let me tell you, I got thoughts on all of that. I'm very excited. I'm excited, too. You may be surprised to hear this, but I'm more excited about the hockey segment than the football segment. And the reason is, when it comes to breaking down NFL playoff football, like, I'm not going to say anything that hasn't been said already. But with the Caps, I've got some very interesting takes. I've got a chance to really get to know this team that I normally don't follow, but I've been really following everybody in the NHL this season, and thanks to ESPN Plus, I really have an idea of like what almost every team does, and it's some teams don't do much of anything. I didn't even need ESPN Plus for that part. We knew the Ducks are like the worst team. The Sharks are actually, the Sharks might be the absolute worst team, and the Ducks are like right next to them, and the Blackhawks. Like those are the teams that are completely hopeless this year. But anyway, I'm very excited about this. Yes, we're gonna go hang out with Robbie in in less than an hour. We're gonna be raiding over there after the stream. So I'm just here to just chat with you tonight, and we'll do the thing. I mean, this is an easy stream. I don't have to set up anything, any particular. I don't have to set up as nearly as many tabs because I'm just here just to catch you up with all of you, and I hope you're doing well, and it's nice to see you all here tonight, and more of the same coming up. It should be really fun. So yeah, and one big reason I'm really excited to do the hockey segment is because I've done segments with everybody else before. I've done Robbie's friends Arun and Champ, aka Ken, and Tim. I've hung out with all of them. I'm talking with Jesse, of course, who's going to be the surprise guest during the football segment later. But I have not talked to the hockey people. I haven't talked to Gil. I haven't talked to C4 or Anna. So I'm very excited to meet them. Like, I think this will be really, really, really engaging. Hey, what's going on, Brett? Brett says, "What's up, nerds?" Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good times. Good times. I think it just speaks to the value of having an out-of-market package. But with ESPN Plus, it's like something I already had, so it's even better. Like, I don't even have to go out of my way to subscribe to it. It's already in there. And I use it anyway because I follow college basketball too. So I'm watching these things one way or another, and it's been a great journey. And I think this is a good lesson for the other leagues. Like, you can make people follow your sport better if you make your sport easier to access. I wish baseball knew that, because boy, they would get so many more fans if they put their games on ESPN Plus. Oh my goodness, ridiculous. Like, and then like they wouldn't even put they wouldn't even negotiate with YouTube for MLB Network. So for that reason, they couldn't put MLB TV on there either. So it's like, what are we doing? Like, baseball's like purposely trying to ruin their own sport. Like, they're purposely trying to bury their own sport in the sand for some reason. Like, there are all these avenues. If you just make a few little compromises, you can make your sport more visible and more accessible to all. And they will do everything to everything except make the game more accessible to other people. Like, that's just it's almost like they're trying to hide their sport. It's ridiculous. Hey, Jason, hockey is the sport I'd watch if I watch sports. Well, I'll take that. Jason, it's good to see you, by the way. It's nice to see you again, my friend. MLS is failing putting in Apple TV. I mean, I guess so. I mean, if you mean Apple TV Plus, maybe that could potentially help them. But like you said, like, it needs to be part of something else. And I think that if it's only on Apple TV Plus, I mean, that's a whole other thing. Or is it that, and then you have to subscribe to it too? That's even worse. Like, it's an interesting call, Robbie. Oh my goodness, 27-month resub, Jason. Thank you so much for the resub. Still at work, but there is no greater place to lurk. Well, thank you, Jason. You're very, very kind. Work. Good segue, Jason, because Man, work was rough today. I'm actually just, for my own mental health, I'm not going to get into it today. But for all intents and purposes, our fiber connection, there are 2 fiber connections. There's one to main campus, because we're still affiliated. Our office is still affiliated with UCLA, my new office. So that's obviously a thing. And then there's another fiber connection, which goes to the outside world. And that's run by Spectrum. And so there was a fire. I didn't figure this out until like 30 minutes ago. That's why I'm late, because we were told that the website stopped working again. I'm like, God damn it. And then I had to go call Spectrum, figure out what was going on. But to their credit, Spectrum Enterprise is a different animal than the regular Spectrum, which is good, because it means you get good service. It's actually a much better, a much more lucid. Is that the word? Lucid? Like, it's clearer, more effective communication. And for that reason, we got a pretty direct answers to what was going on. So, but we didn't really have that until like about 4:40 Pacific, which is 7:40 Eastern. But the end result of that, I was also had to start the stream like a half an hour later. So, yeah. No one ever said, "Oh, yay, we have Spectrum." I mean, seriously, Jason, seriously. But again, the Enterprise version is definitely a step up over the regular one. I got beef with the regular one too. Regular ones, I do not like this router that they forced me to use at the regular one. Here at home, not a fan. I just haven't had the time to call them and ask them to go back to my old router, because my old router was better. It's a router I spec'd myself. I loved it. And I'm like, why do I have to use your clunk router? Like, let me use my router. I know more about this tech than some of these other people at the company do. Like, yeah. Jason says, to be fair, Spectrum have never had service. That's good, yeah. I mean, as far as like the service working, I've been a lot better than most. Like, definitely doing okay in that area, because a lot of people with Spectrum it doesn't work. It's too slow. I'm having a little bit of the it's too slow problem, but it's more of a problem of routing and DNS issues. And I think it's just because the router I'm using is not really working at optimal level. But I also need to get an Ethernet cable replaced in my computer, because the little tab at the end of it broke off, and I need to get another one. I'm like, I should just replace that cable anyway. So I did, and it went to my parents' house. I'm like, what? So my dad texted me like about, you know, like maybe like right after I called the Spectrum business people, and I'm like, and they're like, and he's like, yeah, we just received these cables. Like, ah, man, like I wanted them here. So it hasn't. There's just no way going around it. This was not a good day. This was not a good day. I mean, certainly it's not as bad, because you legit couldn't do anything about it. Like, it just, how are you going to help a situation when there was a fire on the fiber connection that's in the neighborhood somehow in the street? Like, you can't, it's not your responsibility, and you literally can't do anything. You can't switch it. It's just, that's too much work to just switch it to another fiber connection. It's just not a reasonable solution. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to communicate with the staff what's happening, and I'm glad we got good communication from Spectrum, because that made that a lot better. So anyway, hey Charlie, what's up? Good to see you. Let me catch up on all the chat here. This is really good. Only thing I can get is MLB only on cable for Masson, but honestly, I take a break from sports most summer. I'll watch playoffs on networks I do get. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually good timing for that too right now. I mean, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Let's see, Jason, but they overcharged me for years until I had options. Then they were like, hey, we can cut your bill in half since we appreciate your business so much. That's good. Yeah. It's always good to call your provider just to give them, just challenge them a little bit, because I think a lot of times you will get the benefits of that. I actually did that recently to bump up the my internet speed, particularly the upload speed, and it's huge. Like, it's like double what it was before. That's good. But not only that, but they also reduced the cost of the bill for a few months. But I had to go to like a second level manager and so on, but it was completely worth my time to do that. And I used to do with DirecTV all the time. Like I was always just like, yeah, this shit's just way too expensive. Like I'm done. And then they're like, oh, can we give you NFL Sunday ticket for the whole year for free? I'm like, okay, fine. You got me again. And that's how you do it. That was the whole song and dance that people with Sunday ticket would do every year. Like they just call them like, yeah, I'm quitting this. And then they're like, nah, what if we give you like half price? Like, okay. Yeah, okay, all right, I'll try it a little bit. So, let's see. Yeah, they only did that when AT&T Fiber came in. Oh, AT&T Fiber. See, that's the thing. I want AT&T Fiber. I want any fiber. We get no fiber in our neighborhood. No fiber. I would have switched to that immediately. Because then that's like 500 up, 500 down, no questions asked. Like that's the goal. I've actually considered moving just so I could get the fiber. Like I'm not even joking. Like that's what I was thinking. Like I might it's certainly one of the reasons, if there was a reason to go back to my hometown, there's really a few reasons to go back to my hometown, but that's one of them. They have several neighborhoods that have like the Frontier 500 fiber, which is really, really good. Really, really good. And then, honestly, I think it's worth it. Like, yeah. Let's see. Charlie says, still waiting for that AT&T fiber here. Yeah. Maybe in the next 20 years. I've already waited close to 20 years myself. It still hasn't happened. Oh, you got stuck with you have DSL. Oh, I'm so sorry, Charlie. Yeah. I think my previous apartment was kind of like that. There was cable as an option, but I was on DSL during those years, and it was really slow. It got better, but it still wasn't good, you know? So I feel your pain on that, Charlie. Stuart says, I have 600 up, 500 down. Yeah, that is really good. Hey, Kalons, welcome in! So good to see you! Oh my goodness, yes, work to you as well. Thank you for the 32 months! Oh my goodness! Oh, what a privilege, what a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining in, Kalons. I hope your internet's better than ours, I guess is what we've been talking about tonight. Brett says, there's fiber available like 5 blocks from my house, but they seem to have no plans to bring it up. That's how it works. You could be one street over and you get none of the internet that you want. But one street over, and you get everything. It's just the way it is. It's just always a frustrating thing. Oh no! Oh. Brett says DSL 20 years ago, my first apartment, blazing 3 megabits per second down. But that was back at a time when that would actually be decent, you know. But certainly, the demands are much greater for the internet these days. Kalon says, you've been streaming a long time. I know. Isn't it funny how the time goes? I really do thank you so much for your continued subscription to the Sandwich Show. That's really kind of you, Kalon. Thank you. And yes, the Founder's Badge bears the proof. I love it. And I look forward to continue to entertain all of you here as we continue our 3rd year. We're almost the end of our 3rd year. I guess we started our 4th year in May, which is wild. Javar says, I'm spoiled here with the actual gigabyte fiber at half the cost of Comcast. Wow, Javar, you do have it good. That's really, really good. Yeah, bastard. Oh, no, this is regard to Rahomo. It's good to see you, Rahomo. Shout out, Rahomo. Good to see you. Can we give a shout to Javar as well? It's nice to see you. Yeah. So, Kalon says, so this is the ISP complaint line today? Yeah, it's that time again. But what's crazy about that, Kalon, is that tonight we're talking about the fiber in my workplace, which usually wouldn't have these kind of things happening, but there was a fire, and I don't know what kind of fire. Maybe it was just like something sparked in the neighborhood, like maybe something, the wires themselves like kind of sparked and caught fire, and they have to replace fiber in the street next to the building where I work. So it's been a thing all day. Like, it's been extremely frustrating, like not knowing what's happening in the beginning of that, and then finding out it was the fiber connection, and you can't do shit about it. It's just like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and just watch this graph and see if it picks up. And then it did, and that was the coolest part of all. Like, it was working for an hour, and I thought, oh, okay, they fixed it, good. So I told everybody that they fixed it, and then it went down again. I'm just like, it's been a day. But anyway, I'm glad to see you all here. Comments in chat. Robbie says, I get the joy of modding with ModFather a few places. Indeed, Robbie. Maybe you just need a firewall. Nice. That's nice, Romo. Yeah. Robbie says, man, if you saw all the behind-the-scenes chaos that happens before a show. Oh, yeah. Have you tried turning it off and on again and going home? I love that, Javar. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well on your end. I know you always up to a lot of cool things with music. Kalon says, oof, I feel that. I work in a building that was built in the 70s, and they haven't updated the infrastructure yet. Half of our network ports aren't even RJ45. That is bananas. That is bananas. So what are they using then? Coaxial? Like ring token? Like is it just coming off of those like little like telephone jacks? That is wild, Kalons. Oh my gosh, I feel bad. I feel your pain on that one. Ayo, Cane Powder, what is up? What is up? I welcome in. Can we give a shout to Io as well? Robbie says, luckily my mother-in-law is here today, but normally it's dinner, 2 kids. If I feed myself stream, get you sit downstairs from scratch because it's all the kids' playroom, bath, both kids, and then get to bed. Hope my wife comes home 8:45, 15 minutes before stream. That's a lot. That's definitely chaos of a different flavor, Robbie. Like, well, I hope that all settles down soon. It's thanks for popping in, though. That was really nice of you. Like, we'll be over at Robbie's channel at the top of the hour. But what kind of network cables aren't RJ45? That is a good question, Io. Brett says, I'm going to walk you through a hard reset. You see where the power cable goes to the backup modem? Charlie says, I ran Cat 6 through my entire office, which is my house. Nice. Io says, I just ran Cat 6A through my whole... Oh, nice. That is nice. I haven't had... I've been too lazy to do that sort of thing in my apartment. Because I feel like I can. I know I can. Like, I have cables. Like, I can... Except the cable I need to make this connection to my router over here, but that's coming, I think. Oh, wow. BNC. Goodness. That is... Yeah, that is the oldest of school. Wow. Where do I put the phone receiver again? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Anticipation. Yes. You got it. Or homo. Oh, I see. Tied into the shout. So come up to the lab and see what's in the slab. I see you shiver with anticipate. Say it. I got you, homo. Yeah. It's a long road, Kalons. I mean, I worked on campus for a very long time at the UCLA main campus. Long time. We had stuff like that going on too. A lot of outdated tech in there as well. And you know, one of the funniest things about working in a campus that's that old is that you actually have offices you have buildings that don't have air conditioning. You're like, why don't they have air conditioning? Because the building is so old. Like, if you were to install it, it would mess it up, and maybe the building's reached landmark status, so it can be complex. Like, certain parts of the building don't have air conditioning, and some of our faculty, when they were there, would actually install like portable air conditioners just for their office. So they like rigged the window to like run with it. It was quite a scene. Oh, you have asbestos. Oh man. Oh wow. Oh, that is a situation for sure. Kalons. How did UCLA feel about me being a USC fan? Well, there's actually a few people that work at UCLA who are USC fans, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I don't bring it up a lot, obviously, but whenever it does come up in conversation, they're like, you know, like, well, yeah, well, we're not rooting for your team, you know. It's not that bad. It's just, but I definitely don't make a big point of that. Like, because you never know. I may end up working at USC one day, and then I could tell all the stories about what it was like at the other campus. Hey, Sally, how's it going? Welcome. Sally says, hi, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm okay. I didn't have a good day at work today. It was so I'm just recovering from that. But overall, I'm doing all right, and I'm very excited about what's coming up later. I'm going to be a guest on Robbie G Sports OTHP's channel tonight, and he hosts a sports show. It's called Sports on the Hill. I'm going to talk about all the things, including all the local teams in his area, which include the Capitals, the Wizards, and kind of a local adjacent team, the Baltimore Ravens, who lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship round. So we're gonna get into all that tonight. Let's see. Oh, I got you, Robbie. Yeah. So Robbie says, okay, I'm off to finish bathing the kids and get them clothed and chores in bed in 20 minutes. Wish me luck. Good luck, Robbie. Absolutely. Dave, I'll just come in the chat, let you know when to raid over in case it runs a little past 9. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you need more time, please let me know. Yeah, because I'm, it's an easy pivot for me, especially this stream. I'm just talking today, so I'm glad to do that for you, my friend. Not a Commanders fan because he doesn't like losers. Oh man, we also have a live Spurs. Hey, I'm interested in that game. I'll tell you what, I'm interested in that game. I bet the over, but also Wembanyama. Like that's another reason to watch that game. So there's a lot going on in that game, believe it or not. LG, what is up? How's it? It's so nice to see you tonight in chat. How's everything going? How is your internet? Is your internet all right? Like we've been talking about our home internet connections tonight, among other things. So it's great to see you. How much time we have? Like about half an hour? Okay. OG says, I'm good, man. Saw you last time on NS chat. Absolutely. Internet in Finland is fabulous. Fabuloso. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that. Gives me another data point to move to Finland. I like it. I think our friend Joswefi is either from Finland or has ties to Finland, or like partially from Finland. Like some of the families from Finland. So, that's super cool. But nice to have you back. Welcome in. You get 100 with $12. Pretty good. See, the second 100 is much more significant than the first, because I think pretty much everybody can get, other than DSL, pretty much everyone can get 100 down now. The 100 up is enormous. Like, it's surprising how you can't get that with cable. Like, it's weird. Like, it wouldn't seem like that's a big deal, but for some reason, I think they just situate with the cable, like coaxial cable just isn't really optimized for that kind of thing. And I think that's why everybody pays a premium for like larger upload speeds, or maybe it's just some bullshit that they do because they can. I don't know. But fiber is a very two-way communication medium, literally medium. It's just like it's the fabric of that works really well. It's light. It just goes back and forth. So you don't need anything extra to make that go faster. Copper cables, different story. So hence, I think that's why they situate that a little differently. Wizards better watch out. I saw the Pistons got to win. That's right, baby. Like, I say that because ever since the Pistons went on that 24 whatever it was game losing streak, I was just like, oh no, the Pistons are not that bad. They're not good. Like, just to be clear, they're not good. They're not a good team, but they're definitely not that bad. And since then they've played better. Like they've snuck up a couple wins. They've been keeping games close. It's definitely one of those things where sometimes a team doesn't play as bad as a record, and sometimes a team is just not as good as a record either. So, and we might actually be talking about the latter on the Robbie show when we get over to Sports OTHP. So, a lot. Io says, how dare you speak kindly of a Detroit sports team, especially on the coattails of the Lions' performance last night? Wow, I feel that. that was a difficult to watch second half, right, Io? Like it's, I don't want to get into too much here because I'll break it down on Robbie's show, but let's just say the Lions really changed away from their game plan. Their game plan was really good in the first half, and I think they panicked and changed course, and they shouldn't have. They were doing good things in the first half of the run game, and that should have just been what you did in the second half. Like, they had a solid lead. The fumble at the 30-yard line, oh gosh. And then from then on, it was just, anyway, let's not, I don't want to rehash all that. I feel the trauma of that, Io, so I don't want to have everybody relive it. Yeah. OG says, yeah, Io says native Detroit, I love it. Home with the best pizza, Io, is that right? Because like the Detroit pizza looks pretty good. Like I don't know if I've tried an official slice, but I've seen it and it looks really good. Like, Io says it was a house divided after living for 15 years in the Bay Area, but being from Detroit. Yeah, Detroit pizza's bomb, says I love it. I love it. Gotta try the Genuine article one of these days, Io. I hope to make it down that way one of these times. Hope you're doing well wherever you are tonight. And OG says, fun fact, I understand more in the commercials than on the game. That's fair. That's fair. That's actually kind of what happens in the Super Bowl for a lot of people, because the Super Bowl is really more about the commercials for probably like, I don't know, like 8/10 of the audience. So it's cool. It's cool. OG says, hey, would you like to give analysis on one of my vids now or later? It depends on what the video is. I would opt for later because we're on we will have to leave. We'll have to read it out pretty soon. So, you can DM it to me. I mean, I'd be glad to do it on stream if you want me to. It just depends on what it is. So maybe I'll watch it first and then I'll have a feel for, I'll have a feel for what to do with it on stream. American living in Finland. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. All right. I would be down to check that out. Definitely. Future stream for sure. For sure. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, OG. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm gonna definitely get into that. Dan Campbell's aggressiveness. And we knew it was gonna happen, right? Like, we knew he was gonna just keep coaching the way he was coaching. And generally speaking, I like the way he coaches. I like being aggressive. It's the way to go. But there are specific nuances to that do need to adjust from time to time. But then the crazy thing about it, and again, I don't want to get too deep into this because we'll get into this at Robbie's channel, but the one time he doesn't go for it, it's like, what? Like, you've been going for it the whole season, and then at halftime, you're like, nah, we're good. Field goal. Like, what? You're like 2 yards away from the end zone. Like now you kick the field goal. Okay, that makes sense. But it's like, if you're gonna be like that, you may as well be consistent. That was crazy. Like, thank you very much. I see it. Okay, so like a YouTube channel. Super cool. Well, thank you, OG. Almost says I don't want to talk about that. Talks about it anyway. Yeah. It's hard to resist that conversation. It's just a lot to unpack, you know. It's so interesting. But yeah, it's great to see it. Any other updates? Well, I do want to mention, I won't announce it officially yet, but for all intents and purposes, yours truly will be at the site of the Super Bowl next week. And that's why it's why we don't have any guest plan next week, because I'm not going to be in town. so very exciting stuff, but I need to officialize the logistics, and then I will announce things to announce, and the streams that are likely to follow. Should be really fun. I saw Super Bowl ticket prices. Many of them are so high. Who can afford them? Nobody. No, that's the answer. No one can afford them. But that's not definitely not planning to go to the game, because I can't. That will require many years with like a loan that's larger than most people's college tuition. So nah, I probably won't do that. But to answer your question, I kind of want to get into your show, but not for the weekend, because as I mentioned, that would be too expensive. So it'll be the days before. So that's the plan. And then the idea is back to LA to watch the game, and in the comfort of my own home or my parents' home or somebody's home in our family, and the giant TV screen that comes with it. So it all lines up pretty nicely. I'm very looking forward to it, very much so. Hey Andrew, how's it going? Welcome in. Nice to see you. I like how I can scout the interview here while setting up all the equipment. It's great to see. I know. I'm just providing so much intel right now. It's so much fun. It's so good to see you, Hendu. I hope you're well. I'm actually kind of, I know you follow the NFL as well, Hendu. I do see that we ended up with the least. What's the word here? The most chalky matchup? Yeah, the most chalky. Almost the most chalky matchup. The most chalky matchup would have been Baltimore versus 49ers, but I mean it's pretty close to that. Like, it's like I was pretty disappointed in that. I wanted some chaos this year. There have been years where the NFL has given so much chaos in the playoffs, and we had like practically none this year, except for the Packers beating the Cowboys, but Cowboys were overrated anyway, so it doesn't, not even that wasn't that big a surprise. Yeah. yeah, I'm with you on that. Andrew says, I so wanted to see Baltimore versus Lions. I wanted to see Buffalo versus Lions. Oh my goodness. That would have been an amazing week leading up to the game. Two franchises with teams that never won the big game. I mean, a combined 150 years of suffering. I mean, I wanted that so bad. And we're stuck with the two winningest teams in the last like 25 years. Like, yeah, okay, fine. Good for them. Good teams, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like both teams, but I just like, Yeah, for sure. Henry says yes. Buffalo versus Lions would have been top, but with the Bills already out, Ravens were the second choice there. Yeah. I like the idea of the Ravens. I mean, interesting thing with the Ravens is that they've also won some championships in recent vintage, but what you didn't have, Lamar hasn't won the title yet. And Lamar, being as fun of a player to watch as he is, would have been a really cool storyline. That would have been cool. Yeah. Stuart says stay silent as he was hoping for a KC San Francisco final all year. That's right. Hey, King is in the chat. I want to remind everybody of something coming up tomorrow. And here's the link. Our good friend and Ramad King Dambreaker is celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and he will be streaming the birthday stream tomorrow evening. So go catch it at 6. Wait, hold on. Let me calculate that for Eastern time. Yes, 7:30 Eastern time tomorrow evening. Our friend King's birthday stream. Yeah. Yeah. Stuart just wrote Canadian. Stuart is a Vikings fan. So the Minnesota Vikings are the closest team to where he's from. He's from Winnipeg. So they are the closest team to Winnipeg. So by that natural geographic association, Stuart and family are Viking fans. But Stuart's also been a fan of the Niners and the Chiefs. So, and as I said, it is going to be a good matchup. Stuart says stay silent as he was hoping for KCSF final all year. Word up. It's all good. I mean, I imagine a lot of people love this matchup for a lot of reasons, and the Swifties, I'm sure, love this matchup. Obviously. Let's see. Didn't have no explanation for that, says Hindu. Yep. I gave them the advice before the season even started. Well, for what it's worth, they did have a nice year. Like, they had they didn't have the regular quarterback for half the season. It was a moment, like those final 8 weeks of the Vikings season were a moment where we could appreciate who Kirk Cousins was. He actually wasn't that bad. I'm like, okay, we're all killing him. Then you're like, it's like that song Cups. Like, Cousins is running up to everybody saying, one, you like that, and two, when I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. And that's exactly what happened. We all miss Kirk Cousins, because it's like, for what he is, he's still a step up from Josh Dobbs and Nick Mullins and whatever clown they had that it was playing for a game and he was so bad they replaced him with Nick Mullins at halftime. Oh. No, it's so true. Cousins is pretty good, no respect, and they're definitely better than we give him credit for. And that was kind of a moment for me too. Like I just always thought, Cousins isn't that good. I kind of equated him to like Fitzgerald. Fitzmagic. Yeah, that guy. I always equated him to Fitzgerald. And honestly, he's definitely better than that. And so yeah, he was good. Like you're like, it's just kind of like, this is a good moment to kind of give him credit. Like, you know what, you're actually pretty good. So, Hendu says, I wonder if Tay-Tay will cameo in the halftime show. Well, here's the story with Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift is going to has a show in Japan the night before, but it is the night before in Japan time, so it's actually like Saturday morning. So I don't feel like the odds are great there. But the odds of her being in the building are very, very good. So, because it would take a supersonic flight from the islands of Japan to Las Vegas, and that supersonic flight would definitely be completed within the boundary of the amount of time that's between the end of her show and when the Super Bowl starts, which is about 3:45 Pacific time. So yeah, definitely looking good for her making the game. She got the cash for Supersonic. Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, yeah, I don't even feel like it's a question. She'll make it. Stewart says she announced she is going to the game. What is even more bizarre is that she has a concert the next night in Auckland, New Zealand. Sheesh. She's pulling all Phil Collins right there. That's just nuts. Let's see. But they have the Blue Bombers. That's true. Blue Bombers have been rolling. I wonder. Here's a follow-up to Henry's question. Will Taylor Swift have a cameo? Like, will Taylor Swift be in like the post game if the Chiefs win the title? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's something that they would even allow. Like, just friends and family of the players to do, but certainly, if not at the podium, then right after that, you'll probably see her on the field. That's what happened during the AFC Championship, so it's interesting. I guess I've said this to people before. You can say what you will about Taylor Swift, but deep down inside, she moves the needle. And Sarah made the point she's bigger than the NFL. Absolutely, she's so much bigger than the NFL. It's not even close. Like, and the NFL's a big deal, but she's bigger by a lot than the NFL. It's not even debatable. Like, it's wild. Yeah, let's see. She's got a huge fan, but makes pretty good music. And yes, she's bigger. Absolutely. Those pages will keep Stars Carbon Flip say she's the worst by far. Oh yeah, that's definitely, yeah, I know that. I understand that's a thing. Brett's made that same point. She can keep dump more carbon in her private jet chasing around. Yeah, I mean, again, that's another one of those things that is what it is, but but she's not unique in that either. So I don't think it makes any sense to single out Taylor Swift here, even though if you're saying that's correct statistically, then it is what it then. But I would say she's far from alone in that, so I don't feel like there's a point in even singling out Taylor Swift there. Okay, Rothgar Aurora. Well, look, it's so good to see you. Thank you for the 11 months with Prime, by the way, Rothgar. It's nice to see you. Welcome in. Yeah. I feel like one of the things about Taylor Swift is like, I can kind of calculate your age based on how much you like Taylor Swift too. Just saying. Like, but it's not an end all be all. Like, there are people who are younger who can't stand her. In fact, there's actually one. You might even be surprised. Like on yeah, I think I heard on Erica Nagashima's stream that she didn't care for Taylor Swift. I'm like, cool. So it actually is that's a bad take on me. But that's a bad take on me. That's a bad take by me because I'm like, you know what? Actually, it doesn't have anything to do with age. So redacted. Yeah. I like Taylor Swift though, and if that's a problem, that's fine. But we all are entitled to our opinions, I guess. Like, shake it off as a Bob says Hindu. Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing about it is, at the end of the day, more people like her than don't. That's right, because like she wouldn't be as huge as she is if that weren't the case. So, it's kind of like LeBron. Although, gosh, oh man, that's complicated. Let's not get into LeBron. Like, but still, the fact remains, more people like LeBron than don't like him. That's fair to say too. So, King says I ignore her on a daily basis at the same time wish her well in her endeavors. Well, yeah, I mean that is within your right to do that. That's perfectly fine. How are we doing on time? Let's see. Oh yeah, we're doing well. Great. So here's the big question. Since I don't think we're gonna have a de facto Super Bowl preview of our own, we might have during the Super Bowl week streams. That might be happening. But as far as streams from home base, I think this might be our only shot to do this. So I would like to get your opinion. Let me start a poll. Who wins Super Bowl? I'll just say the Super Bowl. I don't have time. I don't know which number we're at anymore. I used to be able to track these Super Bowl numbers. It's been so long now. Like I kind of lost track around 40, 47. And since then, it's just that year's Super Bowl, like so many numbers. Like, okay. Okay, so we have Chiefs, we have 49ers. Let's go. I'll give you like 2 minutes. Let's see. Stuart says, hey, I have a raid suggestion for you tonight. Oh, goodness. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Yeah, is it Robbie? It'd be funny if it wasn't. I hope it's a tie. It's actually funny because like Brett made the post in the Discord about which is each state rooting, which team is each state rooting for, and like, and then I think most of the states were, can't they both lose? Like, that was pretty funny. Yeah, Andrew says, yeah, that was a great post. They're not wrong. But I want an empirical study here, so I did not allow that option on this poll. Let's just see what everyone says. Who do I want to win the Super Bowl? I mean, I don't care. So I'm happy with either team winning. Like, there's a good storyline in both scenarios, so I'm not going to be disappointed with either side winning. Certainly the team that is going to be hungrier is going to be the Niners. So from that standpoint, I think it'd be cool. You know? So I will officially vote for them. Well, no. It's not who. No, that's not the question. Now, the question was not who do I want to win. That's a different question. The question is who is going to win. Well, to that end, I'm going to say the Chiefs. So I'm going to vote Chiefs. And we have a tie. Rothgar, when is the big sports ball game? It is about 2 weeks from now. Yeah. So February 11th. And the announcement today, I'm going to be spending some time at the site of the Super Bowl in the days before the game. And we're hoping to do some coverage of the game from Sin City. Oh, it's on a Sunday this year? Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a tie. Yeah, there you go. There's your tie. Let's see. Pretty good. Okay, I got a better poll. I don't think there's gonna be a tie for this one. Try this poll. You ready? I think I can do this. All right. All right. Let's see how we do this one. Better pizza. And the better pizza choices are New York, Chicago, Detroit, Boston, or Domino's. I know people are going to vote for Domino's. It's just a fact. How dare you leave off New Haven? Well, I kind of included in New York. New Haven's amazing. Yeah, no question. New Haven is, maybe I should have just said, let's just say tri-state then, because like I'm including, because when I think New York, I'm really thinking like New York and Connecticut and New Jersey together, because New Haven is S tier. It's really, really good. Hey, Keither, what's going on? It's great to see you. Thank you for the 13-month resub. It's good to see you. Can we give a shout out to Keither37? Henry says it's so different from New York. Interesting. So is it more like a Neapolitan style then? Maybe like a softer middle? I didn't know that. That's good to know. I apologize. Like, we'll see how that we'll see who wins that one. New York all day. Well, definitely of those choices, I would go New York style. Yeah. Sorry, Boston. Boston pizza is pretty good though. I would not sleep on Boston pizza. Boston pizza is pretty good. Pretty good. Chowder. Yep. I've heard some good stuff about Detroit pizza. Yeah, absolutely. It looks really good, doesn't it? Stuart says, I voted for Boston because of the Boston Pizza chain here. Yeah, Boston Pizza is a chain in Canada. Pretty good. Yeah, same here. I have not tried it. I've not tried the genuine article, Keither. I've tried like ones that are like it, but I've not tried Detroit pizza in earnest. New Haven's crust is a lot chewier, says Hindu. That does sound good. I like every style of pizza for different, for what it is, because I love that they're different. I should try it out. Now, Henry, just out of curiosity, I'm trying to remember there's a really big, it was like, is it Pepe's? What's the big one up there in New Haven? Is it Pepe's? I think, I'm trying to remember what it was called. But I read about it. Yeah, Brett says I like all pizza. Yeah, that's a good call. There is no wrong answer for me. I think they're all really good, There's a lot to love with all these pizzas. Yeah, Pepe's. Frank Pepe's, maybe? Yeah, that's the stuff. That's good. That's a good one. Yeah. I thought Pepe was a pig. Well, that too. Pepe was a pig as well. Yeah. Fun times. G and I had pizza trivia tournament on weekend and both had achy stomachs at night. Oh man. You know what I say to that? Stuart? I say worth it. That's worth it. That sounds great. I say worth it. Sometimes you'll make the sacrifices for the taste of pizza, Henry says, I'm surprised Boston won this even though it got my vote. That's a hell of a poll. Yeah, way to go, Boston. Congratulations. Boston pulls the upset. Look at that. How about it? Let's see. After Super Bowl, new poll is up. Who is going to win? Oh, I think I know what this is. Hey, the Puppy Bowl! Yeah! Everyone wins. Let's go. I'm in. Puppy Bowl's cool. I like the Puppy Bowl as well. Thank you for the new poll, Romo. That's awesome. Henry says, nice thing about Boston pizza is you can get any style except Chicago and St. Louis. I didn't even know there was a St. Louis pizza. What is a St. Louis pizza like? That's fascinating. I wonder. I am just here for the commercials. Yeah, totes. Reasonable. Everybody's already done like previews for the commercials. I've never seen that before. Like during all these championship games, they're all like throwing trailers for the commercials. Like, watch our commercial in 2 weeks. It's like, wow, they're really into it this year. It's like previews of the commercials. Like, it's pretty good. Henry says St. Louis pizza. It's a round pizza with a cardboard crust cut into square slices. It is objectively the worst pizza ever conceived. Ugh. Oh, that sounds awful. I hear ya. Trailer for a commercial. Think about. I know. It's so many layers there, right? There's a lot to unpack with that, King. Yeah. St. Louis really f's up a lot of food. I would say that one thing they do pretty well is ribs, though. I think St. Louis ribs are good. Our side, what is up? Good to see you. Welcome in. Can we get a shout to Our Side Music? Pizza is weird. Circle cut into triangles, shoved into a square. I don't know if that's an original line, but I love it. Wherever you found that, or whatever inspired it, like that's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Our Site. I hope you're well. It's really great. That's a great. It's like the kind of thing that I think I'm gonna add a quote to that. Absolutely. But yeah, I'll go follow our good friend Our Site Music, our music producer. Good to see you, my friend. Okay, let me go ahead. Oh, that's good, but I need to add the quote too. So let me. There we go. Thanks, man. Hope you've been well. Yeah, I've been good. I've been well. Like, it was a rough day at work, but I kind of got into that earlier in the stream. But I think I think I'm going. It's going all right. The thing is, it's not even in my control, so it's not like I should even fret about it at this point. So, network issues today, but network issues outside of my hands. So yeah, I've been good. In fact, I'm very excited. We're about to raid to our friend Robbie G's show, and even if you're not a fan of sports, I think you will enjoy. I'll spice it up for sure. There's a lot of fun things I'll get into. Yeah, RSS's work is work. I feel it for sure. But yeah. Wow, we really had a good crowd tonight. Thank you so much for joining in, everybody. Like, I'm pumped. This is great. Like, thank you for hanging out. Like, it's just nice that things have settled down, at least on the personal side, on the non-work area, that I've been able to take this moment to hang out with you all. So thank you very much for staying with us. Stay with us. You're not done with me yet. Even though we're raiding, you're still going to see more of me on with Robbie. And I'm going to chat about all sorts of things, sports and other stuff. But big thing I need to mention before we go, be back tomorrow, because tomorrow night at this time, at 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, we're going to be hanging out with Bad B7, who is one of the most entertaining, fun gaming streamers that there is on Twitch. It is an enormously fun time anytime I go to Bad B7. He is just a fun dude. I highly recommend coming back tomorrow. It's going to be a really fun interview. So, hey Tony, good to see you. The Davey double dip, absolutely. But yeah, that should be a good time. So let me just wait and see. I'm gonna go over. Give me a sec here. I'm gonna go look and make sure that we have this all situated. Stay with them. Hang on, sit tight, friends. I just want to make sure that Robbie's channel is online, and once I confirm that, we can go ahead and start the raid. Can we give some mod love in the chat first before we go, though? I'd love to give all our good mods their due. King, great to see you again. Happy almost birthday. Your birthday tomorrow. Check out King's channel tomorrow as well. Earlier in the day, starting at 7:30 Eastern. And then we'll be over here at the Sandwich Show about 9. Should be a really fun time. So, I do not see Robbie online yet, so we'll give it another minute and wait that out. So, oh, Robbie says we are not. Okay, that confirms it. Good mods. What about the troll mods? Well, we love the troll mods. You better believe it. I want that raid call. Let's go. Copy the raid calls, everybody. You better believe it. I love it. Oh, it's your birthday too? Sir, happy birthday. That's great. Oh, wait, not October 10th. No, it is not October 10th. And Jason, it's good to see you too. Thanks for the lurk today, by the way. It's good to see you too in chat for off and on. Jason, before we go, since we have some extra time, I'll mention, head over to the Justin and Evelyn Discord, because plans are improving the Justin and Evelyn Discord. Make sure not to forget, because they've announced dates for JevCon. It's going to be in April. And since it's in your neck of the woods, pretty much we're gonna the home base is gonna be open to all. So 100%, and that goes for you too, King. If you happen to be around the weekend of, I don't remember what weekend it is, but somewhere in April, all are welcome. It should be a really fun time. I don't necessarily want to call it a party because Airbnb doesn't like the word party, but it's gonna be a party. And particularly, I think Friday and Saturday are going to be like big old parties. So I'm just putting that out there, just for those of you who are in the area. Henry says, "Oh, they coming back soon?" I think so. It's probably going to be another few weeks, but it would be quite funny if there was a Jeff Con for it, for two streamer for his channel that hasn't streamed since the last Jeff Con, which was like 2 years ago. Oh my goodness. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be a great time. It's going to be a really good time. So put your plans and your hands together. E-Flat, welcome in. Can we give a shout out to that E-Flat guy? Alright, says sandwich you ate, Jabata, believe it. Yes. I love it. I'm glad you were there to witness it. It's so good to see you, Ryan. Thanks for hanging out with us on Friday. Hanging out with us recently, too. By the way, I hope your stream went well over the weekend for Trina's Raid Train. Really, really good stuff. Yeah. But I do think that's just another one. We'll be back soon. Probably give it maybe another, less than 4 weeks, I would say. I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say that. Less than 4 weeks. Okay. Sounds like we're good to go. E-Flux is just snuck in. I love it. Ryan, that's awesome. I'm about to chat about hockey in just a couple minutes. So let's all do the raid together. Thank you again, everybody. Here's the raid call again. That's the raid call. If you are not a subscriber, you can just copy the text part of it, which is this. This is the raid call for the followers. Rolled out, and we'll see ya. Stay with us. We're gonna go to Robbie G's channel together, give her a friend a follow, and you'll see more of me over at Robbie's channel. And I'm very excited about it. Copy Ryan's raid call. It's a follower emote. Oh, okay. Let's go look up Ryan's Oh, that's a really good call. I like it. So this raid call, friends. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, great. So let's go raid over to Robbie. Thank you, friends. Have a good rest of your night for now, but we'll continue the conversation over at Robbie G's channel for the Sports on the Hill podcast. Thanks again, friends. See you there. It shall be a fun time. And we'll see you tomorrow for Bad B7. Can't recommend it enough. And I can't recommend King's stream either, so go catch King's channel tomorrow afternoon as well. Yeah, it's good to see you again. Thank you, Hendu and Efat and Keither, Brett and King and Stuart. Nice to see you all here. Looking forward to the spot at Robbie's channel. This is going to be a good night, folks. Can't wait. See you there. Thanks, everyone except Stuart. No, Stuart too. See you soon. Yeah, but stay with us. This will be a fun time. Goodbye, friends, and see you at Robbie's tonight. Follow our friend Robbie, and see you tomorrow here on the Sandwich Show. Bye, everyone.